Also featured on He was also featured on the American Business Journal with Warren Buffett, voted #2 in 2014 and #1 in 2020 in the top 10 MLM leaders and trainers. He was featured on the Brian Tracy Show, made it to the Network Marketing Hall of Fame in 2016. And in 2019, he was nominated as the Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young. So a very impressive CEO. 2020 lifetime achievements of Opulence Global. As I mentioned in the previous slide, our amazing CEO was ranked #1 in the 2020 network marketing trainer with his forensic networker system. On the right, we have an article from Business for Home, which is a website for MLM news and rankings that talked about how Opulence Global was able to grow 364% in revenue during comparing June 2019 and 2020, during which the pandemic happened and where other businesses struggled and or were shutting down. Our company's mission. So our vision is opulent living is no longer exclusive to the most privileged. We provide an opportunity for everyone to achieve generational wealth. So not just for yourself, but for your children and your children's children as well. Our company value is strength and persistence, lifelong residual income for you, and fairness and wellness for all. Lastly, our mission is simply to create world-class products led by unique opportunities to unleash your full potential en route to living your opulent life, which aka your dream life. Oops. So let me introduce you to the Opulence Global, the Safe Home Revolution set, which our focus is to protect your family by removing the harmful ingredients from the products that you use every day by using our cutting edge technology. Excuse me. First off, we have our very own shampoo set, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, which is packed with the ingredients that help your hair growth and hair protection. And then there is our hand lotion, sanitizing spray, toothpaste, and night cream, which is made of microsilver technology. So what microsilver is, silver is the most natural way to kill bacteria. It's a function of the metal that dates back 2,000 of years. And we put that with our technology, we infuse that into our products to kill bacteria, whether it's with the skincare line or the toothpaste or the sanitizing spray. It kills wherever you apply it, on your hands, on the surface that you spray it, that kills bacteria. So next we have the amazing Solution in Beauty, which is our spa grade anti-aging skincare system. It has 11 botanical ingredients. It can protect your skin. So this right here, it can protect your skin and keep it looking healthy and young. And of course, we are North America's only skincare with microsilver and FOL spruce extract as one of its ingredients. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the Fountain of Life, which is a Norwegian spruce extract. It is a tree that grows in northern Finland. They are disease-free and is a self-healing tree, meaning that when its branches break off, they heal themselves. It has the highest source of lignans, which is a high performance antioxidant, and our bodies need lignans to fight off all the free radicals that are causing damage to our cells every day. And the cells that have been damaged by free radicals, they lead to diseases like cancer or any disease that you can think of. So FOL contains a lot of antioxidants in the form of lignans. It is also antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory. So we can use it topically, like on cuts or scratches or even acne, which plays to its antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. And it can also use orally, meaning you can eat it, or sublingually, meaning that we can keep it under our tongue for a minute or two for faster absorption into our bloodstream. So taking a look at opulence beyond the products that we just talked about and moving on to our world-class product philosophy, Fountain of Life was introduced to the company in February 14th, 2018. So almost 2 years. But before that, Opulence originally started off as a fashion company. Sorry, I meant 3 years. Before that, Opulence was a fashion company. We offered a wild range of shoes, timepieces, sunglasses, and opticals, purses, hosiery like stockings for the ladies, leather goods, and other purses, and of course, our 950 Palladium silver. The 950 Palladium jewelry is that it means that the jewelry is made of 950 sterling silver, so the highest quality, and they are rhodium plated, ensuring that there will be no tarnishing. So the silver does not turn dark after leaving it there for a while. So I've worn necklaces from brands like Tiffany, and after years of it sitting in the closet, it just turns dark. And that's I've been taking it out from time to time to clean it and wiping it, but that's just not I'm not going to do that every single, every month to do that for all of my jewelry. So at Opulence, we look beyond great design. We create timeless pieces using unique raw materials and compositions like the 950 Palladium and the best manufacturers from around the world. And essentially, we are using the best absolute quality possible in anything that we create. And when you become a customer of the company, you will have access to the largest private fairy fashion house. We were established in 2006, an award-winning luxury designer goods and accessory brand called Fairy. We have over 300 celebrity clients now, gold and platinum Markham Award with the modern legend Farish Mosh story. It was seen on Fox 5, The View, Emmy Awards, Toronto International Film Festival, Golden Globes. We have hundreds of media accolades, and it has a wide range of beautiful designs that suits all occasions. So now it's time to look at some real testimonials. On the screen, we have before and after pictures of real people, real comparisons after they've used our products. So we have 90-day fine lines, hair growth, the evening out of skin tones after 30 days, and 7-day ischemia. And this is just a customer wearing our products. So if we have anyone that would like to share in our audience and a testimonial or just a story, please put your hand up. Is there anyone that would like to share? No one? If not, we can continue with our compensation plan.
You want to just finish it? Go ahead.
No, I mean,
Okay.
We'll have Henry,
All
our
right.
LD3
Okay.
from Toronto, to finish our compensation plan.
Okay. I'm going to actually share some information about the, what do we call the, okay, the antioxidant. Okay. Okay, this one. All right. Okay. So there we go. We are going to talk about. I'm trying to give you something new every time we come up, so that you don't waste any time. So I'm going to talk about the we call FOL FAQ. So this is the frequently asked questions about Fountain of Life, basically. Frequent asked questions because you would be facing them almost on a regular basis, regular basis. Okay, so the Fountain of Life, let's jump into the first one. So what is the main ingredient in the fountain of life. We call it 7-HMR, 7-hydroxymetricinyl. So this is basically the 7-HMR, which we call the lignans. It's the main ingredient in there. But the trimethylene glycol, that's the corn extract. So it's a food source too. And that is a carrier that will be alcohol-free, and it's kosher halal certified. So it is a very safe ingredient. So the 7-HMR is the main ingredient, and then trimethylene glycol is the carrier, which is a corn extract. So it's not the industrial ingredient, but it's a food grade ingredient that would be the carrier that would carry the fountain of life into our bloodstream. And again, it's kosher and halal certified. So it's both of them are very safe ingredient. Now, what is the dosage? The dosage is how much you take. Is there a possibility to overdose yourself? So actually, we had research that showed every kilogram, kg of your body size can handle 2,600 milligrams. So basically, you can take as much as you want if your budget allows you. So basically, some people, if they are in a dire, desperate situation, they take let's say one bottle a week or 2 bottles a week. So it's quite possible people use a lot. But the minimum dose is like 10 drops a day. Typically, we have most people who have a certain health challenge, health condition, they take 30 drops or up to like 60 drops a day, depending on their budget, the condition, the age range, and everything. So usually, if it's smaller kids, if they have to take it, usually 5, 10, 20 drops a day. So the dosage range quite a bit, and it's not that strictly, let's say, defined. So it's usually a little more dose would be better for you in most cases. But if you want to talk to any of the professionals or practitioners, then you might get a better guidance according to your own situation. And then the next question would be, is there any contradiction to other supplements or medication? So that would be, with other supplements, usually we don't have very much to say. They are usually okay with each other. With other medication from the traditional medicine, then we usually advise to take it 1 hour apart. So don't take it one in the same mouthful. Now, the fourth one is, what is the storage requirement? So some people, they wonder whether we have to put it in the fridge. No, you don't have to put it in the fridge. Room temperature is okay, almost perfect. There's you don't have to put it in the fridge. If you open it, if you want to put it in the fridge, that's okay. And I sometimes carry them in my trunk even. So we don't want it to expose to the direct sunlight, but it doesn't get easily spoiled. So so you can store it in a warmer temperature is okay. Even it's good. So we do have research or experimental test that shows it goes up to 200 degrees above Celsius, 0 Celsius, or you can go under -50. So there's a very wide range of temperature tolerance. Now, is there any allergic reaction in using fountain of life? A lot of people, some people, they like to try a drop or two on their inner, let's say their inner wrist, just to see whether there's any rash or redness coming. So you can do that, but most people should be very, very safe. So typically there is no allergic reaction unless you have allergic reaction to, let's say, pine tree or spruce tree. How long can a person use fountain of life? Typically, you can use it as long as you want, and it's actually advisable to use it as long as you live. But we do have people, they use 3 months, half a year, depending on their conditions, and if they do improve to a point where they don't want to take more, then that's okay. You can stop. There is no what they call it chemical dependency that you have to use it forever. There's nothing like that. So you can use for long term or short term, depending on your needs. Do we need to stop at a certain time? For certain medication, for certain things, you use 5 days, stop 2 days. You use 3 months, stop 1 month. This one doesn't. You don't have to stop at any point in time. It's almost like dusting and cleaning your house. If you clean it every day, you keep a clean house every day. If you leave the house for 1 month without cleaning, then dust would accrue. So that's the same way happening with the antioxidants and free radicals in our body. So we do need to clean them up. If you don't have one way, you have to find another way to fight the free radicals. So if you can use the Fountain of Life as your antioxidant, then that's definitely your top choice. Do we have to take it for the rest of our lives? A lot of people ask that, just in case how they are calculating how many millions of money that they have to spend. But well, if you take it for the rest of your life, that is actually very good, great. But you don't have to. Basically, you can take it as you please, and you can take it forever, or you can stop and go, or you can take it at any time of your choice. Is there any age range limits? So we don't have any upper limit to how old you can use. Let's say you can be 100, 120, you can still use it. But if with the little kids, we usually say we don't have very much research completed to get the license or to get the research studies for kids under 12. So we don't really encourage people to take it unless they have certain health challenges, they have any certain problem, then they need to use the Fountain of Life. Then it's our parents' discretion to use it. But we do use it on kids, and then the kids, especially if they have any health challenges, they definitely have much more benefits that they get from it than any concerns it brings. So our top leader, Renee, used it for his son, 8 years old, and got rid of his skin eczema that had been there for quite a number of years. Is there any, the age limit? So we do have that. Now, can pregnant women or breastfeeding women take it? Basically, as same with other products, most pregnant women, we don't encourage them to take it, or because of the legal concerns, because somebody might fall and have a miscarriage. At the same time, they were taking the Fountain of Life, then there is something to get concerned about, and we don't want to take that risk. So usually we don't, unless they do themselves choose to take that risk and take it, then they don't blame us for that. Same thing with the breastfeeding. So we do have the same saying that we don't encourage them to, unless they make that decision to take it themselves. And how to use it topically. Usage with the topical use, we have different ways of using it. Possibly, let me show you one of the ways to use it. Give me 1 sec. Okay, this is my bottle of topical use spray. So I put the water in it, and then a few droppers of Fountain of Life, and then I would spray it. You see, I would spray it on the hair just to grow better hair, I guess. And sometimes I just put a little jelly on it so that I can shape my hair a little better. You can also use it on your skin anywhere you have eczema, psoriasis, or any type of dry itchy skin or sunburns or things like that. So you can spray it on, or you can directly rub the oil or the Fountain of Life on the affected area. Let's say you have joint pains, you can do that. And sometimes I use a wrapper, like a kitchen food wrap, to wrap around wherever you have pain, and then you can squeeze the drop inside to hold it or soak it, so that you have a faster relief or result with it. So topically, we can use it virtually on any corner of the body except the eyes. And sometimes we do have a little reservation for the ear. So we do try to avoid these two areas, but most other areas, even I tried it on my nose, it worked well for me, for my let's say nose sinusitis, or so you can actually drop one or two inside the nostrils. If you want to try it and have a try, it doesn't hurt you that much. You just get rid of the nose blockage faster. But you do have a little time that you feel a little runny nose for a couple of days, but then once you get rid of the inflammation inside, then you have a clear nose for breathing. Now, the next page would be, would the Fountain of Life be replaced by other products on the market? Usually, a lot of the other products, let's say people have NMN, they have SOD, they have some of the other antioxidants, they can be easily replaced or can be copied by many other companies or products. But the Fountain of Life, we only have one Fountain of Life. We have the exclusive distributorship for the whole world without time restraint. So it will not be replaced by other products. Even we have FOL Clinical, it's not a product to replace the Fountain of Life. So it's a very unique product that will last for almost forever. I see a question and answer. Let me take a look. What ratio do you use water or FOL when you spray it on your skin? So basically, we use let's say 100 ml of water. You use about 3 pumps of Fountain of Life in there. So about 100. That's 100 ml. Yeah. So you can do that. If you have a 30 ml. Then you use 1 pump. That's about the ratio of water to Fountain of Life inside. If you want to use a little more, there's no harm. There's nothing wrong with that. You might it's diluted enough, so you can sometimes we just use the oil directly on the skin. Over time, accumulated it might cause a little irritation. But if you spray it, it's okay. Okay, and chat, OPP battery. Oops, battery crashed. Okay. Okay, so has Fountain of Life been approved by FDA? A lot of people, they don't know what is FDA basically. They don't know exactly what the FDA means. So they always ask whether it's been approved by FDA. So FDA is the Federation of Drug Administration. It's a USA, almost like Health Canada in the USA. So it's not, we are a Canadian product. So we don't have to go through FDA, but we do get the Health Canada, which is the Canadian FDA. We got that approval, and we got the number 80084596. And any side effects with the FOL? Well, typically we don't have, we don't see any side effects. So if anything, we would be talking about we call healing crisis. So if you feel any reaction or anything that would be categorized in the in the what we call healing crisis, or the body reaction to even a good thing, it might react to it. So you do, some people like to try it out on their skin, on the inner wrist, just to see how it goes. But typically it's, we don't feel anything like a side effect, but more like a healing crisis. Do we have any time frame or time program with the FOL? This is typically a Chinese culture thing, where we say, okay, you need a 15 bottle or 13 bottle as a full program. You finish that, if you feel like you have done the job, then you can stop. Or you need 2 sets of 15 bottles. So in that case, some people, they usually, do I need 1 program or 2 programs? Then you tell them you might need 2, but you can start with 1. So that way they don't ask for 1 bottle trial. When you ask people to try, most people, especially in North America, we tend to say, we'll try and see how it goes with me, whether it works for me. But in the Chinese medicine, we usually give it time like 3 months, half a year, as a time frame where you can achieve result, where you can get good results with it. So trying 1 bottle, it's almost like if you try a painkiller, you might get a result right away. You are happy. You take 1 pill. If it doesn't work, you take 2, or if you take 3, it'll work in a few hours, or in the same hour. So this is Functional Life is not like that. So it doesn't work right away. What it does is take its time to heal, to repair, and to fight the free radicals in our body. It fights the oxidation, we call infection or inflammation. So we usually, we can sell them as a package, as we call a program or something like a, so you can do that. What is the shelf life of Functional Life? It's right now, it's we're talking about the end of December of 2023. So that's like almost 2 years left. But typically it's 3 years, but we usually produce them and then we have enough in stock. So to give yourself, like, give you a 3-year shelf life. But as I said, the Functional Life is antimicrobial, antibacterial by itself, so it doesn't get spoiled easily. It can be as good. We have research done that shows Functional Life is good for 10 years without being spoiled if you storage it properly. How fast do we need to finish a Functional Life after opening the bottle? Usually after you open it, we would advise you to finish it within 3 months. And if you want to put it in the fridge, that's a better choice, but it's typically, you don't have to. The next one, do we need to be concerned about the raw material of Functional Life in the sense that whether it will last forever or whether you will have enough of it in the future, whether you would run out of it? So people ask whether we are going to run out of it. Definitely no. The reason is why. Is we actually use the byproducts of the paper industry, or we use the branches that fall from the trees down to the ground as a bush. So basically, we don't really cut down trees just to make Functional Life. We just use a byproduct of the different industries that used the spruce tree. So we would have endless supply, and then we usually in one batch we produce about 5 years to 10 years of material, and then they stay forever. They are very resistant to any kind of spoiling. So we have enough inventory for the next number of years. And do you have any clinical studies with the FOL? There's a lot of, especially those scholars, some specialists, some doctors, they like to ask for that. So we usually, the herbal medicine, you don't have clinical studies. You don't really do clinical studies on how or why an apple can be or cannot be eaten. So it's herbal remedies, natural food remedies. You usually don't do clinical studies, but we do have our own like clinical studies by ourselves. We don't know whether that counts, but we also have a lot of third-party research on the internet. And we have compiled a whole list of third-party research on how lignans work with the body. So if anybody is interested, always find a way to get in touch with us, and then we can send you the list, or I can share you a little bit after this presentation. Now the next one. What is the characteristics or selling points of FOL? First of all, it's safe. Unlike some of the other products, you can overdose yourself. You can other things that you can't take too many, or you might be taking too much by mistake. But the Functional Life, you usually typically it's very safe. Basically, you can offer to almost anybody to take it if they are not just like a small baby. So it's very safe. That's very important. You don't want to cause any damage to anybody, and you don't want to be involved with any fights with anybody. Now, and the second thing is it's all in one. You only need this one product for almost a lot of your body challenges. Number three is it can be combined in using internal, external, oral, or topical, depending on how your taste or needs, and then how your preferences. You can use it in very many different ways. And no overdose concern and price competitiveness. These are all selling points or the characteristics or the highlights of the Functional Life. And what can we do about the bitterness taste of FOL? So usually we tell people, if you feel very bitter, it means your body is very acidic. So once your body is being balanced, then your taste will feel easier on you. So you will get used to it. You will doesn't feel the impact anymore once your body is corrected into a more neutral state of acidity level in your body. And also regarding the bitterness, usually in the Chinese medicine, we say good medicine tastes bitter. Anything that tastes really good, it might not be the best for your body health. It's like ice cream, Coca-Cola, it's all of this tasty stuff. They might not be very good for your body. So we don't use a lot of additives. We don't use a lot of flavors. We don't use a lot of sugar in the Functional Life, just to make it pure enough that you can use a lot without causing, let's say, diabetes or some other problems in the longer term use. So that's why we kept the original taste of the lignans and Functional Life. Can somebody on blood thinner take FOL? Well, Functional Life is not a blood thinner by itself, so it's not compounding your blood thinner effect in the body. So usually, if you take the Functional Life, it actually might help your body to ease up on your blood triglycerides, your blood stickiness. So eventually, you might be able to help your body without having to use the blood thinner. And how do you understand Functional Life improving our immune system? So basically, the immune system, they are all cell-based. So we have natural killer cells, white blood cells, we have T lymphocytes, we have B lymphocytes, we have all kinds of cells that are also cell-based. So if we can fight the free radicals in our cellular level, it helps us to balance our immune system, so our immune system become more normal or stable without going crazy or without being underactive. So we help our white blood cells to be moving around in our body, and we help our immune system that has gone crazy. We get them calm down, we get them to do their job. once again. And how does the Fountain of Life help with the blood glucose level? Blood glucose is sugar in our body, and Fountain of Life help the body with the glucose level by cleansing the liver, because liver is the reservoir of glucose. It's a regulator of glucose, and if you keep your liver healthy, if you keep your liver fully functional, then the glucose can be more easily controlled. Once our liver breaks down, we don't have the reservoir to hold the blood glucose. Then it will wear your body down with your pancreas, your digestive system. Then our blood sugar starts to go roller coasting. So with the Fountain of Life, it'll help your body to control the sugar and balance the sugar. If it's too high, it'll try to lower it. If it's too low, it'll try to raise it up to the healthy normal level by regulating your liver functions, your pancreas function, and your kidney function. All right, I see more people. I want to welcome all the new joiners to us. Welcome Helen from Singapore. Welcome Da Qiang from China. Welcome Joao J. Gold, welcome. Welcome, John from Vancouver. Okay, basically I have come to my end of my presentation. And Michelle, you can take over now.
Okay, thank you for your thorough and in-depth explanation of the FOL. Does anyone else have any questions with regards to what we just talked about?
I hope these questions can help you dealing with the daily questions that you will face. But this is typically how we try to answer the questions from the field, because you will be running into them almost on a daily basis. If you have a more coordinated answer, then you will be easier to deal with them, because if you cannot solve the problems, then it become an issue. It become an obstacle for people to continue to use the product. Sometimes they think this is a side effect, or that the body type or body condition is not suitable for this product, or they get concerned, or that this product made them worse. All of these concerns are typically what break people down, what will stop people from continue to take it. So if you are able to handle these objections or problems or questions or healing crisis, then you will be better prepared and better ready to help them to understand what's going on. And then they will be able to continue to use it until they get good result. Instead of losing a customer and accumulating negative word of mouth around you, you actually get good results and positive energy around your body, around your circle of influence. So this is just what you need to learn to get to the next level of marketing and helping people around you. If you miss some of the questions, I can just show it one more time so that you can take a look again. Let me see. Okay, so what's the main ingredient? What's the dosage? What's the contradiction to other supplements, medication? Okay, how many raise the hand? Okay, go ahead. I think you are open.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, okay, all right. I make myself. I just want to share a simple testimonial from my own family. Just a few days, like 2 days ago. Oh no, the Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, I received a picture, a photo of my mother-in-law's blood work. Okay, first of all, she's over 85 years old. Second of all, the whole blood work is almost only three data is lower. It's lower. First of all, it's LDL, the one we call the bad cholesterol usually, but it cannot be too low. But hers is lower than normal, and the other one is the overall protein lower and the white protein lower than normal. That's the three items that's lower than normal, but everything else is normal. It's in the right range. So she was so happy, and I am happy, and our whole family are happy for her, and that's give us the very good, you know, example that she takes the fountain of life for almost 2 years, but the first 1.5 years she took only, like, I don't know, she didn't pay much attention to it. She took it like, sometimes 20 jobs, sometimes 30, sometimes not regularly, but recent half a year she took like 8 jobs to 90 jobs per day. And then now her blood work is almost perfect, but the three items that lower, I think it's easier to fix. So after 3 months, she's gonna get another test. I'm expecting a better result. Maybe nothing is off. The regular range. That could be possible, right? What do you think, Henry? She got nothing higher. She got nothing here. It's higher than normal. Not like everybody, most people, right?
Yeah.
It's easier to fix if you got the protein lower than normal. It's just, just feed herself, more protein. Maybe that's a simple solution, right?
Yeah, usually lower items are easier to fix because they are just, they call it a little bit of malnutrition. They need a little more, raise a little bit. Typically, it's harder to lower the higher ones because they have.
Yeah, especially the LDL. We know a lot of people, their problem is they have too high LDL, the bad cholesterol, right? But for her, maybe because of her age, right? So her data is lower than normal. That's the only, thing that she has. So now I'm asking her to eat more eggs and maybe protein or collagen. That's, I think, hopefully that's gonna fix her problem. That's easier, a lot easier than the lower cholesterol, right? Than you're trying to lowering everything, right?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Anybody
regarding
else?
those questions, do you have anything? Okay, let me.
There's another question.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry if I mispronounce it, Gurcharan. It says, my client has been taking FOL for nearly 2 months, and suddenly 2 days ago, her blood shot up to 180 and 85.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so typing answer. Okay. Okay, so when taking a photo of life, it doesn't stop the blood pressure to go up immediately. Sometimes it could be, let's say, a stress or something that could cause the blood pressure to shoot up a little high, but temporary blood pressure, let's say up and down, is not a big concern. When you have a high blood pressure in the, let's say 180, 190, even 200 for 2 months in a row, 3 months in a row, then the long-term blood pressure would be a concern. But if it's like 2 days, 5 days, even a week, it's not a big deal, especially in the even 180 is not a big concern. Only if it consistently be like that for like many days in a row, then it become an issue. So the long-term benefit of a fountain of life would be able to ease and improve the blood pressure, especially by improving the function of the liver and kidney. Then they will eventually get the blood pressure controlled. So there was one time when my blood pressure was even in the 180 over 100 or something. I had to see the doctor and get them to prescribe some high blood pressure medication. But I'm always very careful not to take those medications. Luckily, I came across Fountain of Life, and then I have been taking it. Now my pressure is there was a time when my pressure has been hanging around, just making almost like playing with me. It goes to 121 and 79, or 81 and 119. So it adds up to be the perfect 120 over 80 for like half a month, 1 month in a row. Right now, I was checking my pressure 117 over 78 or 79, 81, some range there. I think it's still very good, almost perfect blood pressure. So by taking the Fountain of Life over I have been taking more than, getting close to 3 years now. So it does take a little time to normalize and regulate your blood pressure to be very stable. And again, the Fountain of Life is what we call the modulator. It lower your high blood pressure to a lower normal level, but it will also raise the blood pressure if it's too low. Rene shared with us his uncle, Winston. His blood pressure got too low and he got dizzy and all that. And then he takes the Fountain of Life. The blood pressure went up to the normal range of 120 over 80 in that right zone. So our body. Okay, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to finish. You finish, then I start. Okay. I just want to, okay.
Okay, the Fountain of Life, so we call the modulator. If your immune system is going crazy, trying to attack your own, it's almost like you attack your own people, then it'll make them become more rational, become more normal. They don't go crazy anymore. Same thing with the underactive immune system, then they help them to be more active by increasing the blood flow, increasing the body temperature, the blood circulation, then they will normalize the immune system. The same thing with our weight control, with the sugar, with blood pressure. So it's really smart in helping our body to gain the normality that it deserves. Okay, go ahead, Hamid.
Okay, I just gave some advice from my experience about high blood pressure. Actually, when your blood pressure goes up, that's part of the healing crisis, because I feel well, just like Henry said, is try to regulate it. Try to regulate your blood pressure, and during this time, this process, your blood pressure may become fluctuating. It can go high or go low. It's normal. Don't panic about this. But I do recommend when I have any patient or customer, if I know that they have high blood pressure, I usually recommend them starting from lower dosage, like from 10 or even 5 drops a day, and see if you can stand the fluctuation of your blood pressure. Then afterward, when you see yourself get used to function of life, you increase the dosage until you hit the regular dosage. That's how I suggest to my patient if they have high blood pressure. But don't panic. It's not, it's just a regulating, process, or we call that healing crisis. It's just you're on your way to get to the regular normal blood pressure. Okay.
Okay, thank you for answering.
So
Thank you.
sometimes- Go ahead. Which one?
I think you just said thank you.
Oh, okay. So sometimes I would also analyze, we relate or we tell people to look at our body when we take a function of life. It's almost like renovating your 40-year, 50-year, 60-year, even 70-year-old kitchen. If you're renovating the kitchen, and if you have one handyman to renovate your kitchen, it might take that person, especially if he doesn't work full time, he might come half a day, one day, sometimes skip a couple of days, and he has other job at the same time. Then it might take him 2 months to finish the job, or even drag longer. Some people, they do a renovation of the kitchen for 3 months, 4 months. So it just take, because there's one person in there that doesn't make too much noise. He doesn't put everything everywhere, make the whole house messy. So that's similar when we take 10 drops a day. So basically you're doing the minimum and you are getting the result right away. But if you have 5 big men working on the project in the same kitchen, and they might only take him 5 days to finish the job, that's almost like you taking 30 drops, 60 drops, even 100 drops a day. That if you take that little higher dosage, you're like more men working in that kitchen and getting the kitchen done. But because you are basically tearing down the old tissues, decayed stuff, the garbage and the smelly stuff. You have to also dump those garbage out, and you clean it, replace the kitchen with a granite countertop, the ceramic tiles, and new drywalls, and new cabinets and everything. Now you have to dust off all the dust and everything. And now a brand new kitchen, modern kitchen, even open concept is in front of you now. And that's how when you take 3 years, 4 years of function of life, that's when your new modern kitchen comes into being, and then you enjoy the result. So sometimes we just tell people that your job is not done yet. You just tear down the old stuff. It's trying to tear down. You feel a little skin. You feel a little nausea, noisy. It doesn't matter. It's just a process of healing. And once you get over it, you will be fine. I hope that you can use that in your daily answer of your questions from people, and then people get a better understanding of what's going on in the body. Sorry, everyone, I have to jump off. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're
you.
also about to wrap up.
Okay,
Yeah.
see you, John.
No.
John, you're leaving?
Yeah, we are going to wrap up soon too.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you, John.
See you next time, John.
Yep. See you next time. Thank you for joining. Do you have any other questions? If not, I think it's time to wrap up. It's 9 p.m. here in Toronto.
Yep. Yeah.
Peter, do you have anything to share? I really want to hear something from you.
Not at this time.
Not
Not
this
at
time. Okay, see you
thank you.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
See you
Okay, thank
Wednesday.
you, John.
Okay.
All right.
See you Wednesday.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think we are done today.
Yeah, I think we're
All
good
right.
for today.
Okay. So we'll have a great night. To the bin and enjoy yourself. Michelle, you can wrap it up.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you learned a lot from Henry's and my presentation as well. So yeah, have
Thank
a
you.
good
Nice
See
to
evening.
you all next time. See you
Yeah.
all next time.
Good
Okay.
presentation, Michelle. You are getting better and better. So the more you practice, the better you get.
Thank
Keep
you.
going. Keep the good job. Keep up the good job.
Good job.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night,
Thank you,
Henry.
Peter. Okay. Good night.
Good night, Peter.
Bye-bye.
Okay.